Hi, I'm Mark Cleghorn. Welcome to the Photographer Academy, and today we're talking about how we're going to kind of move forward from the kind of the stills image moving into a video moving image as such. So we've been concentrating on looking at how we can create these kind of blister packs, but let's look at a little bit more use as far as content creation. So from a simple still image, we're going to look at how we can move it into this amazing, I think it's mind-blowing kind of transformation, especially if you're content creators or you're trying to stand out from the crowd on social. You know, the likes of a poster, as we're seeing here, then being kind of instantly created into a moving video. As a photographer for 40 years, it's mind-blowing. And as I said, you know, as content creators, we're always trying to stay ahead of the curve, to actually stop the 3-second scroll. You know, we spent a long time going through the free version of ChatGPT and basically updating prompts to kind of create images that we could use to promote ourselves or promote our businesses and so on with it. Took it to the next level with the blister packing, and then we looked at the different kind of styles that we could create. Remember, free of charge with the likes of ChatGPT and just coming up with that variety. As likes of Google Gemini isn't producing the kind of the quality that we need yet, and it's definitely not using the background image. So these are all through the ChatGPT kind of content creation, and you can catch up with the other videos that we've created here on YouTube and from members on the Photographer Academy site. So we're going to be looking at a few images based on, you know, the maturing from the bad ChatGPT into the more refined ChatGPT, and then how we could then think about the prompts that we want to take an image with and transform it into more than just a kind of a gimmick. You know, I created the back of the blister packs as well to kind of for us to use to kind of fun facts about photographers. You know, photographers are not just this, and so on and so on, and that's all available on the member site. But really what we're trying to do here is take this to a completely new level with almost no experience in the production of animated video, because all we really need to do is learn what software to use and what prompts to actually apply. So I began to look at the options there to kind of create video, and I had a look around with some apps as well. But I had an account with Freepik where I kind of view some of the images and kind of graphics for. But what we're going to be showing is a part of the paid plan. It costs you around about £5 a month if you're paying for the year, or about £7 a month if you just want to try a one-off or a couple of months of it and things. Really, we're going to be producing 5 to 8 second video. That's really what I'm trying to achieve. So the first thing I did was played around with making one image move like you've just seen. And then I wanted to develop it on into a transition. So when I'm just working with the one image, you only need to actually pop an image into the left-hand first image. But then obviously, as you can see here, I'm just kind of dropping 2 images in. And then it's kind of playing around with the prompt ideas. Now, because it's a paid account, you're only going to get so many credits in a month. So you need to think about the kind of the prompt before you really get going. So I just wanted to see if it would transition to begin with, and make the clapperboard clap, and then if it could add some text. So it was a kind of a real trial by fire, as it were, to actually see what it's going to do. And I kind of was typing in blind, but in reality what I do now is I think about the prompt off screen and then kind of type it in based on what I've kind of thought it all through. I can change it from the different kind of time that I want, and the format, whether it's 16:9 in the horizontal or vertical. In this case, it's going to be a horizontal. So it still puts me in the middle of the horizontal, and rather than cropping it in. But it transitioned really well. It didn't, though. Let's face it. It didn't put my name on there, and it also. You know, it's got its technicalities, but we mustn't forget what we've done. We've taken 2 still images, and then we've said, transition from one to another. I've asked for the clapperboard to clap and my name to go on there, but it didn't do that. However, let's look at the results, because it's absolutely amazing. And for content creation, you can imagine pretty much putting any product in place and telling it to do things, and it's going to transition from one thing to another, from a pizza spinning out of the photograph, out of the video, whatever it is. I took the poster next, and I tried a little bit more animation. So I kind of didn't say anything about words or anything else. I wanted to see what the animation is going to be like. So I do quite a lot of kind of pop art from portraits that I take. An absolute fan of Andy Warhol and everything else. But from one of my posters, what I then did was kind of give it this prompt to see if I could make each one of the different cells within the image do a different thing. However, as you'll see, it completely failed. But it still did create amazing animation. So I wouldn't have been left without a product to use in content creation. I just wouldn't have been able to actually use what I wanted it to actually do. Yeah, in other words, I wanted the girl in the top left to actually kind of move ahead, and the girl in the top right look down, and then, and so on and so on. However, what it has done compared to other software that I've used, what it did do, like Google VO2, what it did do was keep to my images and make it from there. I found that with Google VO2, that it basically just made it up. It looked for different content. It created different content fully than what I was trying to achieve. So again, from here, when I kind of began to put into the prompt, what did I want it to do? Was it going to create what I want? But remember, this is the basic plan, so I've only got basic amount of credits to use, enough for about 3 to 5 videos in the course of the month and things. Obviously, you can pay for bigger plans as well. So once I've kind of changed the amount of time, either kept or changed the format size, in this case I kept to the 16:9 horizontal. The format that the prompt I should say, that I gave it in this poster: make the top left person look to the right, make the top right person look down, make the bottom person, make the bottom left person shake their head, and make the bottom right person wink their eye, all at the same time. I honestly thought that was quite to the point, except for a basic spelling mistake. But the result that it gave me was nothing like, as I said, I was expecting, but it still did give me a really kind of good result. So following on from that, I wanted to kind of use just a single cell to see the animation, and I gave it a similar prompt to do with kind of blinking, moving head, and the key thing was to see if it could make the subject smile in the photograph. Which it did without any trouble. Now, remember, we're transitioning from a still image into a video. If I was just trying to AI generate, I'm not going to end up with the same thing, because it's not going to be using my photograph, my subject. And what I want to do is to make sure that if I am using this for content creation in the way that I want to use it, it's going to be based on my photography, whether it's a straight photograph or if it's a kind of Photoshop one. So the key thing is to kind of understand, to begin with, I think, what you're trying to achieve, and then analyze those results and really kind of decide on whether they've been successful or not for you. And I think this is just pretty much mind-blowing, and it will kind of make the clientele stop and take a look at your photography, at your business, at your product, whatever you do. It will allow you to kind of actually stop the scroll and generate yourself a little bit more of viewing time on the likes of the social media. I just love the simplicity of it, to be honest. But just to kind of finish off with, what I then did was to reuse the same video. And all I wanted to try, because I hadn't actually changed the orientation to a vertical. So just clicking onto the horizontal, moved it to 16:9 the vertical, and just clicked on generate. I think this did help though, that the horizontal video I'd given it was then basically being used in a vertical way, and because the subject is bang smack in the middle, I was able to generate quite a powerful image straight away, compared to if I'd loaded a vertical image of the same content, as it were, as a stills photograph. But I absolutely loved the finished effect, and I hope you guys can just have a little play around with it and just see if it's something that you're going to be using in your content creation in the future.